All right, so this is gonna be one of the weirder videos I ever throw out, and I expect comments, lots and lots of comments. So here's the simple video. The other day I was riding with reps. I'm out in the field a lot, like hanging out with them. It's fun. I love doing it because I like getting in front of customers because it sharpens my sales skills. And I realize rather than just teaching and educating, I get practical application, which puts my training at a completely different level. And as I ride around with sales reps, I'm sitting there and we roll up and one of the sales reps said, "What should I have in my truck?" I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "What should I have in my truck?" And I said, "You know what? That's a great video." So I'm going to list a bunch of things that I think every sales rep, I don't care if you're an equipment dealer, like you sell equipment, or you're a rental guy, I'm going to show you what I think you should have in your truck. First and foremost, your PP&E. I jump with reps. They don't have hard hats. They don't have vests. They don't have safety glasses, and they don't have steel-toed boots. And the guy said, "Well, no, you don't understand. I'm an industrial sales guy." Perfect. Go walk an industrial plant floor, and you'll see that there's people that have on safety glasses, they'll have on safety vests, and they'll have on hard hats. Some factories, some industrial accounts, lumber yards, lumber mills, they all require that PP&E. Don't show up there and be like, "I don't have any of that stuff." So number one, have your PP&E. Number two, I always recommend that you bring something to measure. I don't care if it's as simple as a rangefinder, a tape measure, a Hilti laser, a range laser, so that when you show up, if somebody says, "I want to buy a forklift that can fit through this doorway," and you're like, "I sell forklifts," you need to know how big that doorway is. Don't just sit there and say, "Well, how big's your doorway?" Be able to measure it, bring value to the customer. I had somebody when the guy sat there and he's like, "Look, I need to get to that spot on the building." And I watched the sales rep go, "About how far is that?" I'm like, "Dude," I would pull out my laser. I'd be like, "Boop. Guess what? That's coming in at 74 feet. The 60-foot boom's not going to reach. We're going to need to get you an 85. I've got you handled." Now, have that so that you can measure stuff. If you're doing forklift sales, bring a tape measure. If you're doing big boom lifts, scissor lifts, excavators, whatever it is, I would have a laser or a rangefinder so that you can see how big something is so that you're getting the right equipment. It's a tool for the trade. And then here's all the odds and ends. Have a collection of keys. And I know a lot of companies, they charge for keys that's, 50 cents, $1, $10, whatever it is for a key. As a sales rep, I would have a collection of keys. I always kept a little box, like a fishing tackle box that had keys in it. The most valuable thing your customer has is time. And if you have a key to save somebody some time, I would have a stack of rags. Yep, a stack of rags. The other day I showed up, customer says, "Hey, our machine is leaking hydraulic fluid." We go look under the machine, we're looking all over, and all of a sudden I'm climbing around on the ground and I'm covered in stuff. And I realized I could give the customer a rag or I could wipe the machine off to see where these leaks and things are coming from to try and be a valued asset to not only the customer, but the service techs that we're dispatching. I would also have a package of dude wipes. I know it's a brand and they don't sponsor me, but you put a baby wipe or a dude wipe that's a little more aggressive so that you can wipe your hands off so that you're not grabbing your steering wheel and putting stuff all over your shirts that's covered in stuff. Be able to wipe your hands and clean up. I would also recommend a bag of 1 gallon, a 2 gallon, a 5 gallon bag of kitty litter. And everybody's like, "Kitty litter?" If you've been in this industry for a hot minute, there will always be hydraulic leaks. Hydraulic leaks happen on almost every piece of equipment in this industry. Everything has hydraulics. Do me a favor. A hydraulic spill is a black eye. It just looks terrible. And oftentimes people don't have quick dry or kitty litter to absorb up the oil. And if you want to be a hero, walking back to your truck, grabbing a quick bag, walking over and pouring it out on the floor where this hydraulic leak is, you literally look like a hero. And it's a great thing to have. If you want to get kind of advanced, the last two little things I'd recommend, a can of brake spray. And the reason why is if hydraulic fluid from a forklift, from a scissor lift, from any of this stuff leaks on concrete, it will stain the concrete. And it makes customers really pissed. But brake wash, if you spray it on the concrete and you use that rag from earlier and you scrub it, you can actually pull some of the oil out of the concrete and it'll make it look better. I hope that helps y'all out. Make sure you have a calculator. Most people have them on their phone. Have a rate sheet of the most common rates. If you're a new rep and you're going out, tell your manager, I need a rate sheet, not just book rate, but bench rate or common rate, however you want to word it. And then what is the absolute floor or bottom rate that you can't go below? Know that range so that when you're talking to customers, you've got an idea. I go out and I ride with sales reps and I say, what's your common rate for a 19-foot scissor? And they're like, oh, how do you not know? Know the prices in our industry and know what kind of range you've got to play with. I hope that little must-have in your truck, and I'll put a list kind of in the comments of what you need, helps you out. I would love to hear from every one of you. Throw down things that you found that you put in your truck that have been absolute rock star winners to help you dominate your day. Take care, and I appreciate you watching.